Hi, I'm Chef Valerie Delzer, and I welcome you to ABS & Taylor Showroom and Kitchen. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to take apart and put back together the Taylor by Frigomat C004 whipped creamer. Before we start taking apart the machine, we want to make sure that we turn off the machine. Second, we're going to have to take off this front nozzle and take off the lid so we can get inside and take the rest of the parts off. You'll go ahead and pull out the tube and your labyrinth and make sure you place it on the table so it doesn't drop on the floor. It is very fragile. Your motor then twists out of locking position and pulls out. And then you can pull out your container and you can put whatever product left into the refrigerator. Now that all your components are off your machine, now we can go ahead and start taking apart and get ready to clean. You have a small metal piece that keeps this in place, and you want to have your Taylor pick ready to go ahead and take off all of these O-rings. You have 2 more O-rings that you'll want to go ahead and take off. Debris can sit inside and underneath, so you'll always want to make sure that you clean them. Now you have your motor, which comes with a few components. You'll want to take off your hose and press and twist this off to where there's a small groove. You might have a little lubrication on your hands that make it a little hard to twist. You have a spring inside and another O-ring that you'll need to want to take off to go ahead and clean. On the top there are 2 Mickey Mouse ears that you'll want to go ahead and unscrew. This will open up your motor to clean the last few components. There's a small piece on the other side. This is where your air gets pushed into your machine. There's a small plastic beak and another O-ring. The little ones can be a little trickier to get off. Just be patient. On the inside is where your motor, and which is where the whipped cream beats. You'll go ahead on the back and push it out. This is your beater, and then you have another O-ring on the inside. Once all these components are going ahead and taken apart, you can bring them to a 3-compartment sink, wash, rinse, and sanitize, and you can bring them back to the table to where we'll go ahead and put the machine back together. So now that all our pieces are washed, rinsed, and sanitized, we're going to go ahead and put them all together. You'll want to make sure you have some blue Taylor lube to put your O-rings back on. First, we're going to start with our nozzle, and we're going to take all of our O-rings and we're going to use some blue Taylor lube. A little goes a long way. I'm just going to go ahead and put them on. Any excess, just go use a towel. There's a slight groove that you're going to go and put towards the back because you're going to slide in the metal rod that's going to connect and sink in. This makes the top open and close and not come out. We're going to start with the base of the motor, and we're going to go ahead and push the pieces back in. Your blade can go in either direction, and it goes in the slots. Next, you'll go ahead and put the O-ring on, making sure you don't use any Taylor lube. You have a larger and a smaller side on both sides. Make sure that you put the larger with the larger and the small with the small. You can then put both Mickey Mouse ears and go ahead and tighten those back on, just hand tight. Now we can go ahead and we have 2 more pieces. We have a spring that goes inside and another O-ring that we can go ahead and take another little bit of Taylor lube and slide it on. And this one goes in the larger hole, as there's two different sizes. There's a small groove, and it will just press in and go ahead and move. There are numbers on here, and each one is just showing if you want your whipped cream stiffer or if you want it a little thinner. I like the setting number 3. On the other side, we have another O-ring, and we'll go ahead and slide that on. And then we have our plastic bill that will go in the smaller hole, and there is a little groove that will slide on, and then just twist it to make sure that it's on. You'll then take your hose and put it on the piece with the numbers, and that's your motor. We have 2 last O-rings that we'll need to go ahead and lube, and you'll just put one on either side, and we'll go ahead and gently put the labyrinth in. And now we're ready to go ahead and put the machine back together from the inside. You're going to grab your container and slide it through. Next, we put our motor on. This part goes in, and then this is just a little hook just to make sure that it stays in there. Going to slide it on in and then twist up so it stays in place. We'll go ahead and take our tube and slide it on through in the front, and it will connect into and push into the motor. Next, we have our nozzle, which will twist and straighten. And then you have your lid for the top so no particles get inside. If you want any additional information, please visit us at absandtaylor.com.